Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Hamlet for episode number 18. We've moved on 2 months since the last episode. I worked through the contracts as I said I would because we hadn't got anything to do on our own farm. I did contracts over that 2 months. We made about 16,000 out of them and we've moved on to July 1st, and the reason for that is because we've a bit of work to do on our own farm. That's why I'm bringing you back in. I did say on the last episode I'm not going to feature a lot of the contract work because it's mostly hoeing. I did get a couple of spinach contracts, believe it or not, and I done them. There was 3 in total, so that kind of increased our income ever so slightly. And we sold some eggs. We didn't have much. We sold milk one of the months, and we've kind of progressed on as far as we could anyway with regards to contracts. There wasn't much to do. We done every single one that came up. There was one bale wrapping contract, that was it. The rest were just hoeing and the 3 spinach contracts. So we're back in the Hamlet for another season of harvests. We have 2 fields ready with this one here, which is Oats, and the other one is Spelt, I think. Yeah, Spelt, just over beyond the farm. And we're just going to get these done. I'm considering upgrading the trailer, buying a new trailer. There's one in the second-hand market for about 10,000. It holds 19,000 litres. It'd be a nice upgrade. Our own trailer only holds 8. Now, it's a dolly trailer, but we're not carting endless loads of stuff with it anyway, so it won't be a problem. All the contracts we've taken there are all using our own equipment, which is what I like on this series. It just so happens that the 2 baling contracts are both square bales. I know we can do them with the round baling ones with a square baler anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to just work our way through what we have and just get it done, and then we'll work our way onto the contracts. Our rye and our buckwheat fields won't be ready until next month, which kind of in a way is fine because we're not under pressure anyway, so we're going to cover the 2 months in the episode. Everything else, animal wise, everything is fine. I think we might be due new arrivals in the pasture over there next month. If that is the case, it's most likely the Highland cattle. So we'll have 12 new calves, so it may be a case of selling the 12 mature ones we have. They'll be sold for income because they're raised for beef anyway. And we'll take a look at that if it does happen next month. I know I said 2 months last month, but I think it might be next month when they're actually due. Other than that, everything's going fine on the farm. There's not a lot to do other than look after the animals when we only have contracts, and it's nice to be actually doing some real farm work. Not that looking after the animals isn't real farm work anyway, but you know what I mean, as in nice to be getting some crops out of the ground, and we're going to store it. We're going to keep it for the top of the market and make as much as we can out of it. Even like I did say about putting down the production, buying that plot of land for 8,000 and putting down the production, which is 45,000, which means we can make flour on it. That is still on the cards. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to put it up there. I meant to actually put down a test map and see could I place it down where I showed in the last video in the village. The reason I want to see could I put it there is because sometimes you place these things in land which isn't yours. It'll let you place them with free mob, but then you can't use them properly. So for that reason, I would like to have it near the village, but the fields around there or the land around there is too expensive. Just have a quick look at what's actually available down there. Like this is where the village is. Like, you'd be buying field 22, which is a meadow. That's 49,000. Now, you could place it along here. It might be an option. It might be an option just to keep it, rather than being isolated from everything else, just to make it look like it's part of the village, but a newer, what would you call it? A newer modern building that's come along to take care of products, stuff like that. The other thing too, the silo we're using for the hay at the moment up at the sheep farm, I've been looking at for the loose grass and hay. I've been looking at hay drying mods, the old barn type ones, and I'm looking to maybe place one of them. Now, they are far more expensive, but we might sell the silo that's up there and use that money to actually do that. Reason being is I follow a guy on YouTube who's in Slovenia, a small farmer who lives in a lovely location, and he uses that hay drying method where it's taken in through the fans, and I'm absolutely amazed at how the setup is inside them, with the big racks that the air blows in underneath and everything else. And I just got an insight into what they actually look like in real life and how they work, and I thought, you know what, that would fit in perfect on the Hamlet, and I seen it. So I think we're gonna do that, and we'll probably do that in this episode once the harvest is done. Anyway, forgive me, my voice is a little bit low. I have a head cold. I got soaking wet out walking the dog in the rain, and it just got into me. It did. I got a little bit of a head cold out of it. Anyway, let me get these fields done. I'll update you on what we have in total in the grain when we get them done. Then we'll just get the straw off the fields and we'll start to tackle those contracts then. But for now, yeah, we're back on the Hamlet, back on the harvest time, working away and hopefully building for a future income from what we're harvesting now anyway. I just keep thinking, because I have oats, I can't feed it to the chickens. Would it be nice to have a few horses? I don't know, maybe down the road. Just bringing you back in real quick. I was in the combine over there doing the Spelt, and I noticed these little guys running around. So it was obviously this month. Obviously, I looked at it when I was starting working through the 2 months of contracts. So we do have new little Highlands. Let's have a look, because we're going to sell off the big guys. Or should we keep them and let them reproduce again before we sell them off? What have we got? Reproduction time is another 3 months for the... Oh, food. How are they for food? They're okay. Just I had a bale sitting there and it's gone. Okay, let's see. 27 months. Yeah, no, they're due to be sold. So we sell all of them. Now, I'm going to use the trailer anyway. If we sell all of them, we get 36,000. Okay. Yeah, no, just a quick update. We have our babies, our baby calves. Here we go. It's just, I was in the combine coming up after turning, doing the headland, and I looked and I said, that's not a fully grown Highland. Highland cattle. And yeah, there you go. Wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it. You know, income for the farm. Yield is very good in this, 124%. Precision farming, everything was done to this field, so everything was pretty good on it. We got 7,221 litres of oats off the field, and I'll make another pass on the headlands before I'll need to empty. I just brought the trailer down and parked it there. I was able to empty the combine directly into the silo off the other field. But there you go, we have 12 new Highland cows. Not even got the 2 headlands done, and we got a full load, 8,000 litres, and the trailer holds 8,000 litres. So every time I empty the combine, I have a full trailer. You can see my reasoning behind buying that trailer in the second-hand market. Purely to, here you go, 99% full. 8,000 litre trailer, and it's 99% full. So we're going to store the Spelt as well. We're going to store everything at the top of the market. Let's just let this tip in and see. I didn't look to see when the Oats, it says once it's tipped, then it'll give me the full value of a trailer full of Spelt. At the moment, yeah. Oh, wrong one. That's not the one we want. This is the one we want. This one. Spelt. Okay. So the value on that is 3,300. The value on the Oats, which was less, only a little bit less. So the value on the Oats is slightly higher at, yeah, and it's going to be higher. So Oats are more valuable, but you probably don't get as much off the field. So moving forward anyway, it'd be nice to do some sort of a production with it. That's probably not going to happen. Now, I'll leave the tractor there and get back to doing this harvesting. Yeah, I think we're going to do on this. We'll get these fields done. We'll do the couple of other contracts which are there. We'll just get them done fairly quickly. We're going to get a little bit of barley to keep, and then the other one is Spelt as well. So we'll hold back using the grain door, and hopefully we can add to our supplies going forward and hang on to them. I already have been out of the game since I spoke to you at the start, and I've loaded up some of the hay drying barns. I've one picked out to replace that silo that we put down when we couldn't get the bales of grass into the sheep enclosure. So I did say I'd replace that. That was 20 grand. I did, the building I took down was nearly a direct swap price wise. I am considering the silo that's down there, getting rid of it, not going to use it. Because we have the one up here. It'd be different thing if it was 2 people using the map, say multiplayer. Well, you wouldn't really, it's such a small map, but you know what I mean. It's a separate farm. It has its own silo. So does the pig farm. It has a different silo as well. So don't really need them going forward. So I think the thing to do is to let's have a look, and if we do sell it and we have the money, if it means buying the grass field down beside it with that extra money that we're going to have, okay, I'm okay with that. I don't think there's any point in having a silo down there at all. It's purely going to be the sheep farm. The other thing I was thinking of was maybe a shed, if we eventually have a small tractor down there just to look after that farm. It'll literally be transferring the hay over from the hay dryer into the sheep silo, and then transporting the wool to the sell point. And nothing really more than that. So I'm not going to double up on equipment, apart from maybe a small, like that small Farmall International tractor I had used here, which is 5,000, apart from one of them maybe on it down there, and that's it. I don't even know whether a loader would go on that. But, you know, I'm just thinking of just, rather than having to drive up and down to there, if I have to deliver hay into the sheep, because they start to use more once there's more of them in there. And then to look after the wool when it spawns, to make sure it's not overcrowding the spawn point so it doesn't spawn or anything like that. But you're talking about a very small tractor anyway. And yeah, we'll have a look at that too. So basically in this one, we'll get these couple of fields done. Whether we move on to the next month for the other two or not, we'll see how time goes. I'm not going to do a 50-minute episode or like 50 to 60-minute episode on it. There's no point. We'll progress at a nice steady pace. Like now, I'll keep you in a little bit longer in between cuts, rather than just doing shortcuts of me starting and then a shortcut of me finishing, if you know what I mean. And I got the lights on again. There we go. That's better. But we're progressing nicely. Still have goals on that pasture there. Primarily, my goal on that is Highland cattle or beef cattle. That's my priority for that pasture over there, because hopefully this one here, because they produce milk and there's milk storage on it, hopefully that'll be milk producing cattle that'll be on that. So the other one, the temptation would be there to buy it, take the pen off it, and take the pen off it and turn it into another crop field. But we don't need to do that. There's plenty of fields around we can earmark to buy for that, and we just keep this really as the livestock end of the farm as regards cattle up here. Kind of happy now we have reproduction on the Highland cattle, and we can sell the other ones off now. It's only 30-something thousand, is it, or whatever. It's not huge money. But still, it's profit. And it gives us scope to do a few other bits and pieces. Nearly full again. 8,000 holes. Just something about this map. It's really relaxing just doing this series on it. There's no like goals. You're just trying to progress a farm at a nominal pace. Other thing I am considering, because we're only taking 50% on the contracts, I'm actually thinking of upping it to 60. What's my thinking behind that? Well, we're established here now, so the locals are going to pay us a bit more. We have a new tractor. We have new machinery. I'm making lame excuses now to add another 10% on. Not that it'll make much of a difference. The lights at bale wrapping, which we only started getting a few of them there. I don't know why I'm even jumping out, because I have to go and empty this. It doesn't affect the bale wrapping contracts. When you reduce the take on the money for them, like you're meant to be reducing on all contracts down to 50%, but I have tested it and it doesn't reduce bale wrapping contracts. It does reduce nearly everything else. I haven't come across any other one that it doesn't reduce yet. Nearly there, and we got 8,000 into it this time instead of 7,999. So yeah, just progress, nice and steady, nice and slow, happy enough. Need a slurry spreader. I'm just conscious we have so much slurry, and with these fields done now and the grass, I think, is ready to cut, or is it stage 3? It's ready to harvest. Like, we can get rid of all our manure and slurry on the 3 fields. We leased one the last time. We leased one again. It's not expensive. Now, there you go. What's the value? Let's see. Value now has gone up. We've 39,000 in value in some of that stuff we won't sell anyway. Our hay and our seed and stuff like that. Still gives you a price for it. I think that's only because we have the little market down for selling our milk. Now, you know what? Leave him here and let's get the combine and get this field finished. What I'll do now is I will knock out this. It's only another 2 runs. and I'll give you an update. I'm going to get the baler on the tractor, and I'll give you an update on the total amount of spelt we got off the field. Field 1, we got 4 bales of straw. We're on the second one now, and there was a bit left, so just a little over 4 bales, so it doesn't take long. I've moved the clock up to 3 times because like we're literally an hour in the game, and we've got the 2 fields harvested already. Now they're small, like literally. That's the nature of this map. Things don't take long to do, even the contracts. So you kind of fly through them. The kind of map, if you're doing live streams, you could do an awful lot of work in one day in a stream. I have the combine up at, it's literally the other side of them trees. You'll probably see it. It's just behind the tree. You can't see through there. I brought it around. There was no point leaving it in the yard when I put the header on the trailer. I just thought, like, let's get it over there and leave it over there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get these done, and then I think we'll tackle that hay problem up at the other farm. I'll just, I'll keep you in for it because I already had a look at it. I'll keep you in. I normally don't keep in on bills when I'm doing, but it's, when I say bills, it's only literally one shed and one silo to be removed, and then the other silo that's there, don't need to remove it to place the one that I'm putting down, but I will plan out a small yard up there in some way that I probably will remove it. I don't need the diesel tank up there. So if we're going to sell it, we'll take the money from it. It'll be, what, 2.5 grand, 3 grand, something like that. And we'll reinvest it. The other thing I need to keep an eye on is the red tape mod. Let's have a look. Have I got tax due? Because I'm often, yeah, I have. And that is my fault for not watching when I changed months. I should have been keeping an eye on it. And we've gone forward through April without keeping an eye on it, so we'll get hit for tax again. And I did say it, must remember in April, before it's tax calculated, I must remember to spend the money so I don't have to, you know, truth be told, I probably didn't have the money anyway to spend. So I still would have got hit for tax. Okay, we'll get a decent amount of bales off this field, so we're not really using a lot of straw anyway with the animals, so we'll just put it in the barn. We haven't got a proper storage, but I have downloaded another one mod that might fit in a little bit better on this farm up here for storing bales that just stuck in the corner of the machinery shed. It'd be nice to have that space for the extra bit of machinery we're getting on and off as we buy a few more small little bits and pieces. We've currently all our weeders and stuff like that out in the yard because they're non-mechanical as such, so that's why I kind of, a lot of farms, if they're non-mechanical from the point of view of having PTO driven parts, farmers would leave a lot of that stuff out if they haven't got the storage space. It'd be more like the balers and stuff like that. You want them on their cover for the weather, and that's kind of the approach I'm taking with stuff that I haven't got room to store. It's just getting left out. Anyway, let me get these last couple of runs done, and then we'll hightail it over to the sheep farm and see can we make a few changes over there. Just up at the sheep farm, let's see how they're doing. Oh, 2 pallets of wool, 2 and a bit, 2.5. Okay, I knew I didn't need to move them, but let's see what they have in the line of feed. 5,477 litres. Right, let's see what's in this. Grass. We go through everything before we get to... You think it would just go to whatever you have in it. 36,000 litres. I thought there was only about 6,000 left. 7,000. There you go. How wrong can you be? Don't want to hit the pallet. Gone past it. And let that dump out there. And then, yeah, that's the field in front I want to buy for the grass. And one there is 49,240 overnight. You didn't even empty that trailer. Okay. Now, behave, tractor. When are these going to reproduce? 5 months. So he's 60. Did I put 30 in? I'm losing track here. Where's my animals? Here we go. We go down to this and tell us we did. Yeah, we 30 this month. Oh, okay. I really need to pay more attention to my livestock. Okay, plans. We own this land right back to the tree line. Let's jump in here. Right back to the tree line. That's all ours. So, plans. Construction. We're on it. Yeah, there we go. 15,500. And we're going to place this back because we're going to make the most of the land. I'm going to go right back in, but let's say the level on this is 3,000, is 300. Oh, it actually decorated the ground. Oh, that's kind of a plus. So we back in here to get it out of there. It goes in here. Use capacity. So does that mean if I delete this, it's going to automatically go into the storage? What is the storage on this? I never looked. 100,000. It shows straw. It doesn't show anything else. Okay, let's see. I'm going to save this here. I'm just trying to be bold so I don't have to make constant, because it's going to go, if I put it in there, it's going to go straight back in here. Now, let's see. Harvest income. No, it's after selling it on me. No, it didn't. What did it sell? Did I put something else in there? Harvest income is products sold, is it? No. Should come up. 806. Now, it's obviously sold something. I could possibly have put something else in there. And I've forgotten what it was. Okay. Right, so we have our capacity in here. It's grass. Is it just a store, or do we turn it on to actually produce? No, there's no trigger. I'm wondering what that €800 was. You know what? I'll take it. I'm not gonna. I saved it so in case I lost everything, I could quit out of the game and then come back in. But you know what? We'll take it. We will take it. Look at the grass going in. Ah, I know. The grass is still in here. No. Wrong. Again. No, it has to be in here. Go over here beside it. Let me see. giving us, 30,000. Now, do you get hay out of this or do you get grass? It doesn't matter either way. Grass. So you can put in grass, hay or straw. Okay. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's what we want. It's a bit more in keeping with the map. The other silo wasn't. I know you can say it's the same as the silo on the main farm. So for the moment we're going to leave this as is. It is a silo. It's 200,000 litre capacity. That's just storage. The silo itself is you tip in here. It goes in here. And I did tip something into it, didn't I? Or did I? No, I tried it and it was making no difference, so I just quit back out of the game. I hadn't actually saved it. But it's just showing as if something was tipped in there. There is nothing in there. So we'll leave that shed. If I was to sell that, what is it worth? $47,000. All the same, yeah. Diesel tank. 5,300. Okay. Happy enough with the way that worked out. We are up a little bit because the other silo was 20 grand and there is a bit of a dip there now. Let me just sort that out before we go. Forget about it. Softening. There we go. Just a little bit of a dip where it went down. Just noticed it driving forward in the tractor. I was going to make a roadway in and out, but I'm happy enough now with what we have there. Now, we have the capacity to place sheds up here if we wanted, or like we could put a shed up here, like something like that, just to kind of add to it. Or I'm literally only just clutching at straws here, just I haven't given it any thought yet. Like even the old stone shed with the, we have options if we wanted. If we wanted bed storage, we have that too. There is other options. I was looking at that there as an older type of shed, kind of fit in with the makeup of the buildings around the farm here. Like we do have options to build out this farm. I'm not going to do it now, but we do have options there to make something out of this. Now, granted, I could sell that now and buy that field straight away if I wanted, but no, we'll get on with the rest of what we need to do in this month, and then we'll we'll move forward then the next episode and do the other harvest contracts. Let me get back to the farm and see what's next. Although I think I'm going to go to do that contract, the harvest contract, and there's 2 more after coming up. So I'll do a few small bits, maybe do the harvest contract and that. We've nothing else to do except our grass on our own farm and get it done. You know what we'll do? We'll go back, we'll finish off on our own farm. We'll get our grass done. We'll get that off the field. We'll get the manure spread. We'll get a slurry spread at least. We'll get that done as well. And I'll save the contracts until the very end. Because as I said, I don't want to feature loads of contracts in the episode. So I'll just do them before I move on to August. So that sounds like a plan to me anyway. Oh, the other thing too. We'll sell our Highland cattle. Tell you what, let's do that next. I'll bring it back in once I get the trailer on the back of the truck and we start to transport them down. Got the bales in off the field. 14 bales of straw we got. And I've been busy spending money again. I put down bale storage up here. Small little shed that I was showing you for 1,000, and then I put down one of the edible trigger bale storage mods. So it holds 250 bales. Don't ask me how you get 250 in there. But that's it. $6,000. We have our bale storage. I was trying to fit that other one in that I was showing you on this one, but I couldn't get it to fit. I would have had to push it back, and I intend to extend that field the next time I plough it. So that's why I didn't bother. I had to make it a little, because I never use that track anyway. I use it the odd time, but it's not something I use from memory. It's kind of if I'm in that area and I kind of go, oh, I can go down this way. So I'm going to take up some of that and make this field along the grass verge. I'm going to take that and I'm going to make this field that bit bigger. Might as well. So I'm going to get the manure spread, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to downfold this. We turn on now once we get in the field. There we go. I'm going to lease the slurry spreader because it's 50 something thousand litres. So I'll need to cut the grass, the hay field, and then I'll do that. But I'm sure I'll use most of it up between these two fields anyway. And that we should get the numbers down on that, so the red tape mod won't be penalising us for having too much. So let me just do this, and then I came up here to grab the truck and start selling those Highland cattle, and I got to here and seen the bells on the field and thought I better bring the bells in. Then when I brought the bells in, it was a case of I better see can I work out something for storage, and then my whole plan went by the wayside. Yeah, let's bring up the map. Yeah, we're going yellow, so it's spreading okay. We might make it to the end of this run, that'll be about it. We might have a second trailer full, and that will be it. And then we'll get a slurry spreader, and we'll get rid of the 50,000 litres of slurry. Should be more than enough to do these fields. Just gonna wait until this, if we get to the end, I'll stop, and then I'll get those Highland cattle sold. I mean the end of the first run, the first side of land done. It makes sense to make that field a little bit bigger, because it's wasted. We're not doing that with that bit of land. So just use create field and just add a little bit on. I know it just doesn't give me room then for headland turning at the end, which is the only downside to it. And keep going until this runs out. Actually going further than I thought, because we already have a fertilisation state on this field from the last time we put it down. And there we go. We run out. I need to do something about a loader for this tractor. Our own loader won't fit it. I'm going to have to sell it. Did I sell it? Where is it? It's around somewhere. Here we go. Knock that off. Let's get our truck. Wash the baler now when I come back. Truck should be here. Where's my truck? Oh, I know where my truck is. I left it down here. I have to buy another pallet of bale twine. Why? I don't know. I didn't realise I already bought one. It was in the second-hand market and I just left it. You know what? Let's is it liftable? I don't know. It won't auto-load into this for some reason. Oh, it does. Okay. Found out again. Doesn't know what he's talking about. Ah! See? I keep you in for warts and I'll show you the bad stuff and the good stuff. Anyway, let me get loaded up. Get this off. Get loaded up. And get some cattle and we bring them down and sell them. Okay. So we're going to sell our oldest. We can only get 6 in. We'll have to make 2 runs. I know I can sell them direct. Oh, look at that. How funny is that? Look at the head. Anyway, it's like a trophy head on the front of the trailer. That's terrible. I shouldn't be laughing at that. Poor cows. Anyway, Yeah, I got to get these sold. And then when I come back, I'll do the hay, get the hay in. I forgot I was doing hay up here because these are, what would you call it? They get 80% of the value out of hay, whereas I think the sheep get 100% out of grass. So grass is suitable for them. Right, let's lock in the cruise control at 61 kilometres an hour before I end up in the ditch in the river. Losing me poor old cows. I find that when you just don't have the cruise control on, it just goes too fast. It's all over the place. Okay, what are we going to get for 6? I know I looked at it already, but you know. $18,750. We're doing quite good. This has been a fairly productive episode outside, just doing a few harvests on the fields. Oh yeah, I have the traffic turned off. I'm not turning it back on. I think I said that last episode. Since the update, there's just too many cars. It was a case that you had 2 cars come around every now and again, and they'd actually sit on the corner up here for 10 minutes before they'd move. And then it got an update, and when it got an update, there was about 8 cars following each other, and they were just constant, and they were on all the roads. And okay, it brings a little bit to the map, but I got so used to playing on it without cars that it just started annoying me, and I just said, you know what, like, I know the immersion is there with traffic. We're in the middle of nowhere, so you'd expect the immersion to be a bit less. Let's put it that way. And it did. Like, it just started to annoy me because I spent 4 years on the map with no traffic, only the 2 cars that were going around. So I decided to leave it off. Now, down. I have to watch when I'm doing this all the time. Okay. And we got a head sticking out again. Okay. Terrible. I got backside sticking out here and here. Guys, you're a little bit too big for the trailer, I think. It would be nice to be moving them into this field. 100 grand. But we'd start with babies anyway when we do start there. So I'll keep you in mind until I get down, because it won't take long to get down here and sell these. What's that? Oh, it's a sign. I thought I'd bought something else that I forgot about. But yeah, the contract was, there is a few more have come up. Oh, there's quite a few. Oh, whoa, before you go in the river. Bale wrapping, cultivating, fertilisation, pea harvest. We can make 1,000 now, we might do it. Mustard, we have the equipment. That mowing contract came up really fast. It was only 2 months ago I done the last one off camera. In between, well, it's come up again. I don't care, I'll take it. Sometimes I wish I had a tractor though that had a front attachment on it, so I could bring the mower down and down at the same time. A bale wrapper down at the same time. Well, I don't have a bale wrapper anyway. We're up to 60 grand, guys. We're doing okay. You know, the cattle, they took a while. All we done was fed them a few bales, and they made us 36,000. Thereabouts. Right, let me get back to the farm and see what's next on the agenda. Okay, I leased the slurry spreader. Now it is Colossus, but it's only set on normal rates. Nothing fancy about it at all. It's the cheapest to get. Okay, we'll go down that one. We'll fire her up and let her go. I don't know where this is the one I leased the last time. Maybe it's not set on normal. It's got a big working width. I didn't select any huge working width on this. I literally went for standard everything. Oh, guess I made a mistake. Slurry's nearly all gone anyway. Am I going to make it to the end? No, doesn't matter. Okay, right, maybe I didn't lease the standard one. Honestly, I went for the standard one. No word of a lie. I just said, which is the cheapest? Which is going to cost me the least amount of money? And this was it. The only thing I did was the capacity. Just to hold 20,000 litres. That's all. The only reason I need to get this out here because I keep forgetting about it. Right, let's go. Yeah, it's obviously a big working width. It's actually down the whole width of the field. Okay, note to self, don't lease this the next time. We let ourselves away with it for this one. Yeah, we go down the far side because that's where most of what we didn't get. I know this is done already with manure, but we have another 10,000 litres left. I just want to get it out of the cow barn. We won't have enough to do the grass field anyway. I'm not worried. I just literally just didn't want to get penalised by the red tape mod. That's all. Not the map. Here we go. 15,000 litres. Finish this off. This is definitely the one I got the last time. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the next one on the list. And maybe I'm just stingy. Just didn't want to spend the money on it because it was €500 more to lease for the month, or €300, something like that. Cheapskate, mate. And we go down here, we get this. Come on, 40%, come on. Come on, go faster, go. 20, 17, 14, 12, 10. It's going to run out just before we get to the end. Always does. Let's swing around. No, we're gone. Anyway, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll leave it there. There might be enough produced. I doubt it. To actually finish that off. Now, so the next thing we need to do is cut the grass. But I'm not going to keep you in for that because I'm not going to drive you mad with more grass cutting, tethering and windrowing. But I'll tell you what I am going to do before we finish this episode. Yeah, we'll park you there for a minute. Second hand market, what have we got? No. If I was to get a second tractor, 65 horsepower that'll be. Am I right? Yeah. Windrower and the tether don't need a lot of power. Of course, one of these will come up in the second hand market. And that's just so tempting. We'll leave it for now anyway. And yeah. Plan. I do have a plan. I don't go through life on Farmer Simulator with just making up as I go along. Renault Agri, new mods only came out. Look nice. 15,000, but you know what? We'll set up wide tires. Anchor, standard, front weight. What's that? Back exhaust. Exhaust come in. Oh yeah, it goes down underneath, goes at the back. Okay. You want the tractor set up on the other farm? This is 45 horsepower. Will it do both the windrower and the, what you call it? Let's see. That requires 30. That requires 35. I'm tempted. But I'm not going to. I was thinking it'd be nice to have small tractor, but it's not going to be up on this farm. Hold on, the sheep are maxed out with grass, aren't they? Yeah, grass gets them 100%. So the only thing we'd be doing down there is windrowing it so that we can bale it. And that tractor can be kept up there, but the windrower's going to be here anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to decide for the best. What's the best to do? Not 100% sure. I want the small tractor up there, and I did like that when I had it the last time. I thought it was really, really decent enough for its size, if you know what I mean. I got to get all the grass I can this time since there's no crops in the field. Got to go around the headlands and got to do them as well. I'm going to get them. So, yeah. Episode number 18 on the Hamlet. Being more productive than I actually thought it was going to be coming in. We got a lot done with our first couple of fields harvested. Solar Highland cattle, our first fully fledged beef cattle gone, 36.5 grand. Nice little income. We done a few other jobs as well. We have a lot of contracts lined up to do when I'm finished the work on my own farm. There is even more there. Now, what I might actually do is I'm going to finish this episode here anyway. The next episode, rather than stepping forward into August and the 2 fields we have, I might just do the next episode doing all the contract work. Because let me show you what we have and just run through with you while I'm doing it. There's loads of them coming up. We've 2 baling contracts. Cultivation, we've fertilisation, we've pea harvest, which we'd have to take the equipment for. We've mowing, don't need equipment for that. Spelt, we don't need equipment for that. We have it. Same with that. We don't need equipment. We do need equipment on that one. Don't on that. Don't on that. We do on the bale wrapping. We do on the round balers. But we leave them until after. So there you go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 more. We've 12 contracts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this episode here. We're going to finish up. And in the next one, we're going to do a contract episode where I'll keep you in for most of it. We're going to still be in the same month. We'll probably move on to the 2nd of July. We'll look at the weather forecast first and see. This field doesn't need ploughing, but we're going to take in a section of it along here. The width of this along here. We're going to add in a little bit more, probably over to the centre line on the grass there. The only thing I'm acutely aware of is crop destruction. Then again, another way around that would be to combine them 2 fields. Leave it with me. I'll have a think about it. Make one decent crop field out of the 2 of them and do it that way. It'll mean getting the Azera compact to do the soil sampling, because I'll have to do the soil sampling, otherwise it'll only be done. I'll have to get it anyway, because if we'll only do it on the original field footprint. It won't do it on the bits in between, or if you add a bit on the headlands. The Azera compact doesn't do, or the using the precision farming map to get your soil sampling done to get your soil types won't actually do it it won't do the full field if you've added in anything to it. It'll only do the original map field that was originally designed with the map. It doesn't add in the little bit extra now. It doesn't make that much of a difference anyway, but still. But I got to think about it while I'm getting the bales done on this field and getting them off the field, about merging them two and making it a decent, decent crop field. That's just in an L shape, that's all. Maybe that'll be the way to go. We'll actually gain a bit more land by doing that, so I'll have a think about it. Anyway, for now, episode 18 from the Hamlet. I hope you stayed with me. I hope you enjoyed it. You see the progress, the way I do it. It's kind of like I done all the contracts last time between the two episodes offline. They were all just hoeing and stuff like that. At least doing the contracts now the next time and the next episode, there's going to be a variety of work in that. It's not just going to be hoeing and stuff like that. We have a lot of harvest contracts and baling and a nice mix of work to go through. So, episode done, dusted in the bag. And thanks for joining me on it. If you're still here, you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you're not subscribed, of course, hit the subscribe button to follow on the adventure on the Hamlet. And feel free to leave a comment. I do reply to every comment in good time. Any suggestions? I'm kind of running a week ahead with the episodes, recording them, just because of the volume of episodes I do. But I do read the comments, and if you do make a valid point to me, I will implement it if I feel it is something I should be doing on the series. But for now, all that's left for me on this one is to say goodbye for now until the next time. Bye bye.